Instead of praising Celtic's dominance, Kris Boyd made sure to tell Jeff Stelling, Hibernian's defending had been shambolic, for at least 5 of the 6 goals. A bit like Sevco against Liverpool. Celtic are reported to be on the verge of appointing a director of football. And James Forrest, a Celtic legend. Ange Postecoglou has say. Kris Boyd was inexplicably chosen by Sky Sports to cover the game between Celtic and Hibernian for Soccer Saturday. The pundit, who finds it very tough to hand out compliments to Celtic, was again trying to take away from the fast-paced Celtic performance. Not willing to say Celtic were clinical and cut through the away side with incisive, fast-paced football. The former Ibrox man finished the summary by saying it had been an annihilation, which it had been, but not because of shambolic defending. Celtic were outstanding on Saturday. The team was in full flow, and there was not a bad performance out there. We were clinical and James Forrest was inspired. Celtic FC have been struggling for performances over the past 3 to 4 weeks. The feel-good factor is truly back. We have Hibs' shambolic defending to thank for it, apparently. Oh, how good is it to see him hurting live on air? Anyway, back to some Celtic FC news. Ange Postecoglou is convinced James Forrest has earned legendary status at Celtic after his hat-trick against Hibs took him to the 100-goal mark for the club. On his first start of the season for Celtic, the 31-year-old winger netted 3 times in a comprehensive 6-1 triumph to extend their lead at the top of the Cinch Premiership to 5 points. Forrest was one of 5 fresh Celtic players introduced to the team, and he repaid Postecoglou's faith with a scintillating performance. It was great for him, said Postecoglou of Forrest's exploits. He's joined an elite club, 100 goals for this club, and credit to him and the way he's had his career at the club. There was a reason we kept him around. It wasn't for sentimental reasons. When you're putting a squad together, it's the sum of all parts that make it strong. You need players like James. He's experienced, calm and has quality. He hasn't had a lot of chances because players in his position have been doing well. But I had no doubt at some stage we would call on him and he would deliver. Over the last few games, he's made impacts coming on, so I could see he was ready to go. I'm delighted but not surprised. I have to say James and Calmac are players that came through the Celtic system. I really think that is one thing we have lacked over the last few years. When asked if Forrest was a legend at the club, the Celtic FC manager Postecoglou responded, absolutely. You don't stay here for that time, particularly in that position. Daizen Maeda doesn't score for 2 games and everyone is on his back, so to last as long as he has is a testament to his character. He's humble but determined to be the best he can be. Credit to him, he joins an elite club with 100 goals, which are fantastic for him. I keep telling players they are the things that last beyond your career and you reflect on. I wasn't even aware of it, but I'm sure he was. He took it well. It wasn't just his goals, his general performance was really good. From the moment in February 2021, when Peter Lawwell announced that he was stepping down, it seemed that the new executive map would include a director of football to work between the boardroom and the management team, a football department. Steve Hitchen is close to ending his football exile with a move to Celtic. The transfer guru has been out of the game since leaving Tottenham Hotspur, but is now clear to take up a new post. The experienced director of football and scout watched Celtic last week and could work in an advisory role with coach Ange Postecoglou. The pair have mutual friends. It would also help keep Aussie Postecoglou happy and away from potential suitors. Hitchen had a short playing career in the professional game and was on the books of Blackburn Rovers, Macclesfield Town and Bangor City. His last role was as Director of Technical Performance for Tottenham, having rejoined the club in 2017 after initially making his name as a scout there in the 2000s. On the 31st of December 2021, Celtic announced the signing of Daizen Maeda, Rio Hat-8, and Yosuke Ideguchi, which was an unprecedented way of dealing with the January transfer window. Approaching his fourth transfer window, the appointment of Hitchen appears to cement Postecoglou's role at Celtic, batting aside speculation that has linked him with Leicester, Brighton and Wolves so far this season. In May, Celtic made a very low-key appointment with Mark Lawwell, Peter's boy, coming in as head of first-team scouting and recruitment. With Hitchen's past record, it would seem that he will have a senior role to Lawwell Jr., who is really pulling the strings at Celtic.
Roll up to the